So we are slowly actually reaching the episode 10 of the most wanted updates in War Tycoon. Last time I have ended up on the B-52 Super Fortress, so today we are back, and if you guys do enjoy this series, then do let me know in the comment section down below, and we will see if I'll be able to do up to 15 episodes. So here we go, we are in the Gizmotech Discord server, and let's just go for the top suggestions which people always go through and actually want me to cover. So here we go, we have ourselves Add Sonic Boom. So honestly, man, if they were to actually add something like this into the game, I am gonna leave this a thumbs up, but just how much it would actually take to actually implement such a feature, it's just way too much work. So I'll leave it a thumbs up, but I don't think something like this is gonna be changed. But on the other side, we have ourselves one of my favorite suggestions, which is the UH1D Huey and the UH60 Black Hawk changes. Currently the Black Hawk and the Huey are no more but a lump of wasted potential and a bad transport heli, so why not change it? We could add a rope for players to climb into or off the vehicle easier, so we don't have to land every time we pick up our best bro after he died the 100th time while raiding some bases. Also an idea is adding an ability to sit on the edge of the sliding door and shoot outside with your handheld weapons. This could transform the simple sleepy transport helis as we know to a stinger wielding rocket storm at the cost of being a monster kill pretty much. I really like the overall idea, and I'm actually all for it for the fact that I believe it will be very balanced, because at the end of the day we do have to consider the fact that this Huey or even the Black Hawk, which we currently have in the game, are not really that used in the game and nobody even cares about it, and just giving them their own one unique feature would actually be really good. I'm actually all for this idea. It's just I do find it a little bit difficult on how the developers would have to rework the whole entire physics of the Huey, the Black Hawk, and etc. So I'm all for it, but it's going to be very hard to implement. Okay, so the next suggestion over here is adding miniguns next to the sandbags in the middle of the map. I really do hope that they're gonna be doing something like this in the middle of the actual new map, because so far I feel like these sandbags are pretty much useless and they don't even give us this much cover. Like, we don't even have a laying down mode in which we could actually take cover. I believe the reason why the laying down mode wasn't added is because just to balance the game even further, because at the end of the day, if some such mode would be added, it would actually feel like we're playing Phantom Forces rather than playing War Tycoon itself. But I'm still all for this idea. I do believe it to have some kind of needed change. Okay, so next over here is add different types of serums and make them have different features and make missions to unlock them. Yeah, honestly, if we could actually have a way better base defense for actually missions, so we have to actually work for being defended better, once again, I would really like this idea to be implemented into the game, but we're just gonna have to see where it goes from now on, because the new map is on the verge of being released. So next over here, the A10 Warthog has a guided bomb laser thing. Add guided bombs to the games. Why include this feature if the bombs ain't guided? Yeah, I don't know why they would actually add such a feature like this. I mean, I guess it's probably for the designing reasons to keep it nice and neat and cool looking, but other than this, I don't see the A10 Warthog having as much use. I mean, it's now actually a tank buster, but at the end of the day, it does have actual rockets which people want to see. It does need guided bombs. Like, there's so many cool things that could be done with the A10 Warthog because of its such a rich history of how good of a plane it was in the previous days. Okay, once again, another suggestion is please make the F-35 cockpit look like in real life. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, but the F-35 itself as a plane has to be probably one of the weakest designs that the developers have ever implemented into the game. I'm gonna be fully honest with you, but the F-35 itself, I really don't like the design of it, and most people don't like it either. It just looks so dry, and I don't really have anything else to say. It's just so many cool things that could be implemented to make the F-35 look better, but right now it just feels kind of like a joke. Okay, once again, another suggestion is make the boat spawn like this. Honestly, having the boat being protected once it does spawn in is way better than having the boat just immediately stick out of the shield and just being absolutely not protected. Like, what's the point of having the shield near the sea if the boat doesn't even spawn in near the shield? Like, I don't really understand it. The boat is pretty much exposed fully when it does spawn in, so I would like to see some kind of change like this. Okay, so next suggestion over here is adding knives, please. Here's the thing, I personally don't think the knives are going to be added anytime soon. Maybe the flamethrowers will, but the reason why I say so is because people would have absolutely no reason to actually be fighting close range for that reason, because everybody could just pretty much whip out a knife and just stab a person who's using like an assault rifle or something, and everybody would just find it super annoying. New aiming system for Katyusha and HIMARS. Once again, people have been mentioning this so much, but I feel like just having a simpler system that doesn't really force the developers to work as hard on it would be way better than just implementing a big redesigned system for artilleries that most people don't even use in the game. So something like this that will be very small, I would be all for it. Okay, so next over here is adding a brand new flare gun. Yeah, the flare guns will be really useful because, for example, whenever your teammates do get dropped off on the ground or something and you guys are trying to actually pick them up, they're just telling you where they are, but you cannot actually spot them. But if they were to actually add a flare gun, that would make it so much easier to actually spot people that you want to pick up. Once again, a great suggestion. Okay, so next over here is add the feature to put helicopters and planes on an autopilot so you can literally attack when a helicopter or plane just stays in the air. Yeah, I would actually really like the autopilot because imagine we want to actually hover and then in the meantime we want to actually get to use our gun or something or even jump out in any shape or form. That pretty much any plane or any helicopter that you guys use, the second you let go of actually piloting it, it just starts to dive down and we just end up dying. I wish they actually added a feature into the planes and helicopters to kind of move in a pattern that doesn't really force it to go down, because I don't get why it has to go down. Like, it doesn't even make that much sense either. Okay, so make the Eurofighter look less like a Lego model. Personally, I don't have that much of an issue with the Eurofighter right now. I mean, I guess it could be changed a little bit because the Eurofighter itself does have a little bit of design problems, much like the likes of the F-35, which people do dislike. But just having a smaller redesign, I would be all for it. Okay, so next up, add the multi-role helicopter, which pretty much is an anti-tank missile, anti-air. It can also carry oil barrels and have a lot of seats for the infantry. This is something that many people have wanted, and just making this very balanced will be pretty easy by just making the helicopter quite slow while also having a lot of weaponry. I do believe that the Mi-24 Hind is kind of multi-role in a sense, but it cannot really transport that much people, which is the main problem about it. Because right now we do have ourselves multi-role planes, we have ourselves not really multi-role helicopters. So having something like this, I would be all for it, and just having a lot of versatile weaponry while also having transport ways would be way better and actually would make the race so much more fun. Okay, so once again, make this as a full map when it's clicked. Yeah, I don't know why there isn't actually a full map in the game, and the only way we have to access the full map itself is when we go ourselves into the nuke silo, and then there's like basically like a painting on the wall kind of showcasing the whole entire map. Why can't I just add a map like this into the game since they already made a design on it? I don't really get it. Okay, so to fix the bug with passing through a wall, you can make sure that not the entire character burns, but only the upper part on the screenshot. Yeah, totally agree with this. I feel like even after there has been a change, it's still possible to glitch. I'm not gonna tell you guys how to do it, but it is still very much possible, and a lot of people still end up doing it. So just fixing the overall mechanic on how bending works would actually work so well for even making this glitch kind of taken out the game, or even many glitches like that taken out of the game. Or they could just remove the bending mechanic as a whole and just rework it, because right now the bending mechanic, it's not really even this important. It's somewhat mediocre okay in terms of sniper PvP to help you dodge shots, but other than this, I don't see as much use for it anyway. Okay, so once again we have ourselves adding the Su-35. We have already had a few Su designs, but I feel like it's never going to be enough of having Russian planes, because every single Russian plane seems to be incredibly unique, at least so far from what we have. We have ourselves the MiG, we have ourselves the Su-25 and Su-57. All of them are actually very different. Okay, so make the back of the Speedy Humvee be able to carry an oil barrel. I will be all for it, but in order to actually do this, they would have to actually allow us to open the Speedy Humvee from the back, so it would actually make some kind of sense of being able to put stuff at the back. Because just randomly putting stuff for a wall at the back of the car would be very weird, if I'll be completely honest. Okay, so next we have also buff the ADAS missiles, because these was meant for tanks as well. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would work, but I believe as a whole, the one thing that does need to be buffed for the ADAS itself is going to be for sure the health, but it's also going to be the main gun. The main gun is not even this powerful anymore. It kind of does get outclassed by a lot of vehicles in this game. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you all in today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to see added into War Tycoon. This is episode 9. If you'd like to see an episode 10, then do let me know in the comment section down below. I might slow down with this series a little bit because there is getting slightly repetitive, because these suggestions do get kind of similar. But yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out everybody. Bye bye.